many of you know exactly where you are at 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday? I know some of you are at the water cooler watching that clock. And others are trying to get that last client off the telephone. And the rest are stuck in traffic, daydreaming about pursuing your purpose and passion. Well, I know exactly where I am at 5 o'clock. I'm on my way to prison. Wait, let me explain. I'm a stay-at-home father of my two mini-me's, Elijah 3 and Daniel 1. And by 4 o'clock, we're all pressed up against the window, desperately waiting for mommy to come home. And at 5 o'clock, we high-five one another. I kick that door down, and all you hear is the screeching of tires and the smell of burning rubber. Well, actually, I drive a Prius. So there are no squealing tires. And the smell of burning rubber is just what's left of my mind after serving as the director of Daddy Daycare. Contest master, fellow Toastmasters, and any one of you is asking, why on earth would you go into prison? That's a question I ask myself every day. What is the return on investment, or ROI? The return on investment is simply the investment return one can expect from investing something such as your time, your talents, and your treasure. So every one of us who has considered pursuing our purpose and passion has had to consider our ROI. And when you consider pursuing your purpose and passion, sometimes you will be faced with challenges so monumental that you will have to ask yourself, can I make any significant difference? Ladies and gentlemen, in the United States of America, we have over 2 million incarcerated. We are only 4% of the world's population, and yet we incarcerate over 25% of the world's incarcerated population. But at the heart of this problem is the almost 3 million children of incarcerated parents who are 7 times more likely to go to prison. 80% of the men in prison come from a home that did not have a father's love or discipline. And I believe that if we can help just one father turn his life around, and he in turn can lead his children down another path, we can change the world. And as a good friend once told me, if we can't change the world, why bother? Talk about an ROI. Now, my journey to pursuing my purpose and passion came over a couple of crucial conversations. My wife and I had owned a little landscape and lawn care company that we used to hire convicted felons. We used our business to give ex-offenders the opportunity for a new start in life when they came to our community. However, one day, I had a come to Jesus meeting with my smart people. You know, accountants, attorneys, advising consultants, whose main mission was to make me money. They said, look, we love your passion, and we love your heart. However, the bottom line is the bottom line, which meant if I didn't make money, they didn't make money. The beating continued. The meeting continued. Look, the landscape industry has an extremely high turnover rate already, and you're hiring all these ex-cons who will be back in prison in 3 to 5 years. You cannot expect a good ROI with that kind of turnover. So the bottom line was, were we going to help these men, and how? Were we going to pursue our purpose and passion? I had to take this decision to a power greater than myself, my wife. After all, we might end up in prison. So after taking my wife to Taco Bell, remember, maximizing ROI, and watching the movie The Shawshank Redemption, we had the talk. The net result of that conversation was that we decided to invest what was left of my life in prison ministry. Today, the return on our investment are men like Josh, who was 15 when he went to prison. He was 25 when he came out of prison. Today, he is finishing up college. He's going to get married. And he's employed by the Department of Corrections as a counselor. Marcus was 18 when he went to prison, 28 when he came out. Today he has 2 jobs. He's going to pursue drama ministry to teach young men not to go down the path he went. And Scott, when we met, he was in prison 8 times. Today he's been out of prison 4 years, and he's the first man many see when they get out of prison and come back to our community. And me, I know the power that a father can have on his children, because I too was formerly incarcerated. And at night when I get out of prison and I come home, and I open the door and I hug my wife, and there's a knock on the door, as my boys are waiting for Daddy to come home. As I get down on my knees and I hug my boys, and I say, "Who loves you?" Whether it's Elijah's Daddy or Daniel's Dad. There it is, my ROI.